So, Kev, you were saying about the beach house.
I don't even remember what I was saying. I ain't even gonna lie.
The beach house is grandma's. The beach house is grandma's house.
Straight up with you.
And the reason the beach house we figured is just grandma's house is because the dad left them when they was at that doctor's office and he touched her and he was kind of fidgeting. You can tell the way she looked at him and the way he walked out. That was the last time that they saw him. That was the last time that they saw him. So what does normal people do when they can't afford a 2-person situation? They go back to grandma's house. They went back to her mother's home. So she, that ended up being grandma's house. So it also plays into the fact that she said, we're going back to, I haven't been here since Nana died. Well, Nana's grandma.
Which is Adelaide's mother's
her
mother.
Mother's
Adelaide's
mother.
mother.
Yeah. So it was like, who called her mama Nana? You call your mama Nana?
Nah, it's Granny over here.
Yeah, I was like, well, Nana's grandma. So we was just like, that has to be that. So that was another reason that we was trying to, it could have been a reason why it's like, oh, we're playing into the fact that it's, that, it's kind of like, oh, she may not be comfortable because, her grandma passed away. Her mom's probably gone too, but her grandma passed away. They used to be her house. So that could have been like, oh, that's why. And then in that areas where that happened at, but it was more to that. So he's going to talk a little bit more about the house too, because he had some bullet points. And now he acting like he hungry, like he forgot.
I was waiting on y'all to talk about the house. I was going to follow up. You
got
know?
the notes, dude?
Well, you had...
What was you writing?
Some notes about the house, right?
So you forgot now, huh?
So we got
So you forgot now.
All right. Me and Taylor gonna do this.
So this was like, for me, it was just kind of funny because they was like all off beat. And I was like, I wonder if it's because she was the tethered that when she was trying to teach her son how to snap his fingers, she was just like, hey.
You ain't think about that yet. You was just like, what black woman ain't got no rhythm?
Exactly.
What
that
black woman that married a man from an
what's going
HBCU with 2 black kids ain't got no rhythm?
Yeah.
And then said, okay, get in rhythm.
Yeah.
And then she was like, follow me.
Get in rhythm. Who says get in rhythm?
Like, what?
And I feel like even though they became a little higher in level in life, them kids should have heard that song. I'm not gonna lie. But they also used that ambulance car to get out of that room. He could not get out. He could not get out of that room without that little ambulance toy truck wedged in that doorway. Yeah. And his sister realized, well, I'm gonna just lock him in there, and she kicked it because he pissed her off, and she kicked it and then closed him in. He freaks out. So that little boy uses that in the future for knowing, okay, well, I'm a lock him into this room that I know damn well I can't get out of without this toy car being in the room.
We just jumped hellas.
But we still talking about the car. So we also know that there was a spider on the table, itsy bitsy spider. We looking at a whole lot of things going here. Whole lot of things.
Also, when they got to the beach house, he was just like, "Oh, we're gonna take the kids to the beach," and she was like, "Oh, I don't really want to go to the beach. We're not going." And he had to almost shame her into going. Like, well, I mean, I told the kids we was going and stuff, but the reason she don't want to go is because that's where she snatched the girl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She knows that if she gets closer, she will feel
about
that.
Do y'all think there was any polarity with the fact that the family was eating like a little chicken nugget box
and she was only eating fruit?
Yeah,
she was only eating fruit because she went to veganism because she did not want to eat any more meat after eating them damn rabbits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
She did not. They was.
Yeah.
Mo ain't seen the movie yet, y'all. We gonna show him. We gonna show him in the
rabbits.
Uncooked rabbits.
They was eating uncooked, cold, dead rabbits. Yeah. The rabbits that was down in that little laboratory area with them. So she was only eating strawberries, and I noticed that. I was like, how they got?
Right.
And I was my dumb ass. I was like, how they had Long John Silver's and she eating strawberries, and it's taking her forever to eat these strawberries.
She was like,
right.
It's like 6 of them. But I feel like it was because she switched over to veganism because she was like, I never want to eat meat again after eating these raw rabbits for this long.
And then that's why when she went in the basement and she saw that little play rabbit, she cut the head off.
Yeah.
That rabbit, yeah.
You just jumped hellas.
He did jump hellas. He definitely jumped hellas.
Jump hellas.
Y'all.
It was in the beach house.
It was in there. What happened in the beach house?
So now we're gonna go to the beach.
To the beach.
I'm on the beach. We going to the beach.
Because you know what's one thing that stood out about the beach to me? And I don't know why it did, but I was sitting there like, why was there so much emphasis on that frisbee? Did y'all peep that?
Landed.
It landed in the center, and then she picked up and she just looked at it. So I'm like, what does that mean?
Alignment, everything was just coming
together. That's what I was thinking as well.
That's weird. She was like, that's weird. And she was like, oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, what is it? Because you know what I'm saying? They just popped in the middle of that circle. I'm like, oh. I'm like, damn, that's hella dope. But
how often will that happen?
Never. It's coincidence.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like, this landed directly in line, and then it's like, and then your son come up missing. You came up missing.
And then it was red.
Yeah.
Red and gold. Foreshadowing, cuz. Foreshadowing. But for all you writers out there, remember that.
But I don't think she could have knew that right there.
I don't know, but I think...
I
don't think that was them.
They hadn't seen the jumpsuit yet.
No, I think that was Jordan, though.
Yeah.
I think that was Jordan.
Oh, Jordan for exactly for the viewers. Yeah.
But on top of that, at the beach, that man that was in the ambulance, he had that sign. When they was driving up to the beach, he definitely had that sign. But then all of a sudden, the little boy, he goes to the bathroom and he walks up to the man that's doing what? He was the first one. He kicked it off. He kicked it off, and he had the blood on his hands. But the other dude, he was dressed the exact same way as the guy in the ambulance. But that was the same guy that was on the boardwalk at the front at the beginning that she walked past. That man had been on that boardwalk that long, and then his tether came back to get him. That was alignment coming back.
And also, every time the tether, like I think you said this last night, every time the tether kills like their other half, they take an article of their clothing to become more of their personality. And this is like when that guy did that, like he
had the jacket.
He just had the jacket, and when that white friend, when his tether killed him,
he took his robe.
He took his robe, and as soon as he put the robe on, he had his asshole, like, personality. He was like, when they snatched her inside the house, he was like, you. Like, he was still an asshole. And I was like, okay, and I think when you think of cloning, that's when they start to personalize it to become more like it and shit. Yeah. It was just interesting how I put that together. Yeah. Yep.
So now
we talk about the tether.
Y'all want to go into the tether?
Yeah.
Let's go into the tether, but. So who wants to kick off the tether?
On. You said who was the what?
Who wants to kick off the tether first?
Well, that white man on the beach kicked the tether off. No.
He really did.
Because, okay, I'm gonna ask you this question. So I'm gonna let you elaborate to the viewers what you describe the tether as, because you already spoke on it.
Mm-hmm. The tether to me. And it's many different layers, and I know that I probably won't always hit every single thing that Jordan has because he's worse than an onion. So I saw the tether as being, this is what you are doing in your physical, but then your spirit is doing something else. It has to follow you, but it may not always understand exactly what's going on. And then on top of that, with the tether, you also have, what you really want to do in life versus what has to happen. So, they have to do what absolutely has to happen. But upstairs, you're doing whatever you want to do. Then with another thing with the tether, darn it, I forgot the other piece to it. And I wrote it down at home too, and I left my notebook. But another part with the tether, they were basically soulless. So, when she was telling them the story behind what occurred, I mean, it started out with a clone, a government experiment gone bad. And then, they are stuck doing everything that they're doing above. So you get married, but this tether has now latched itself to you. You're having kids, but guess what? I just all of a sudden pregnant and I can't do nothing about it because my tether got, I have to do what's upstairs. You're getting this nice elaborate C-section, but I'm downstairs getting chopped open with a knife downstairs because I'm tethered to you, and everything that happens to you has to happen to me. Mm-hmm. So it was just so many things that was just wrapped into one that was just absolutely insane. Thank God to Jordan. So
yeah,
I want to touch on that because that was one thing that I spoke about. I mean, I spoke about when I wrote down is that part where she was explaining that, because I think that added to her frustration because. Like, just because you got married, I have to get married. Just because you had kids,
took me.
It's like she was being forced to have kids. She didn't want them. She was being forced. So that I feel like that added to
There was no choice.
Yeah, I think that added to her frustration as to why why she went and did this, why she
because you have resentment to somebody when they force you to do things. I've grown up in life, and now like I had to watch my baby brothers growing up, and now I'm like, dang, I ain't had no middle school, high school years because I was watching folks. So now it's like when my mom's like, have kids, heck no, I don't want to have kids, and it's like I kind of resented a certain past about being, lugging children around. So now in my 30s, I'm like, I don't want kids right now. And like I have them when I want to. And things that happened to her, she could not control. And it was because she understood that we switched, but you are now living a wonderful, perfect life. And I'm downstairs just suffering. And I can't do nothing about it. And they wanted out of that.
And the thing is, also, it's like she has a mind that can actually process that.
Yeah.
Where the tethers can't. So it's like in her, that's why I wanted to speak on it, because it's just like, damn, she was being forced to do all that. So that's really just building up on that aggression, that anger, just making her really get to this point where like, I am going to kill you. I'm going to kill all
I'm going to come back and I'm going to see revenge.
33 years.
Yeah. And she even stated it like that. She was like, once you was a little girl. And then she was like, everybody just popped up. Like, I just kept like, when she said next thing you know you got married, but I just found this, like he just like every little thing that she did inflicted on her in such like a negative way.
Yeah, forcibly.
Forcibly. Yeah, it's
and then that's what I was, and also I wanted to like, didn't nobody peep that she knew exactly where to go. Like you, I peeped that afterwards.
You only know where to go when you've been there before.
Right, I peeped that after the switch, but beforehand I'm sitting there watching like, damn, shawty, you know exactly where to go.